1. The test time of the second session is 80 minutes, and the pass scores are 70 or above. The examinee can ask the examiners only once for grading the designated items, including the voltage measurement, positioning calibration, and robot functions. No repeated grading of the above items is allowed at the second session test. 2. In the test time, the examinee should follow the safety laws. If any collision happens when the robot is running, the first collision will take 20 points off and the second collision will be taken as a major mistake for which the score is evaluated as 0. Meanwhile, the examinee will be deprived of the test right, asked to leave the test site and responsible for the damages which are estimated for the recovery. 3. The chief examiner will announce the starting of the second session test when every examinee, carrying a voltmeter, stands in front of the robot table. Timer starts counting down in the test. 4. Operational procedure is regulated as follows. 1. The examinee measures the voltage on the power side of the 220V power switch and asks the examiner to check the result. Turn on the power switch. The examinee measures the voltage on the device side and asks the examiner again to check the result. Shut off the power switch. If the examinee fails during this operation, it is a major mistake. 2. The examinee should do the wiring task when the power supplies of 110V and 220V are shut off from the robot table. 3. The electric panel must be checked without short circuit. The examinee, then, plugs in for the power supplies of 110V and 220V. Confirm that no thumb disk is plugged in for the IPC controller. After the above operations and confirmation, the examinee may boot up the IPC controller. 4. After the booting up of the controller, the examinee must do the calibration for the sixth joint. The examiner will not check the result. Following the joint calibration, the examinee let the robot return to the home position. The examinee makes sure for the option of the joint coordinates. Jump to the position page on the teaching panel, TP, and check whether the reading of A6 is 0. When the examinee asks the examiner for the evaluation of the joint calibration, the alignment at the sixth joint must be confirmed with the mark lines on the sixth link and the rotating plate for installing the end effectors. If the examinee passes the joint calibration test, the test will go on for the points calibration. If the examinee fails about the joint calibration, it will be considered as a major mistake. 5. Plugging in the thumb disk for the IPC controller, the examinee should duplicate the program in the first session for the HRSS running on the IPC controller. With the option of T1, the examinee starts point teaching with slow motion. No collision is allowed for the calibration. If collision happens, the scores will be taken off according to the regulations on the grading table. 6. The program test will follow the point calibration. The arrangement of the workpiece on the plate A should be in accordance with the designated theme. No mistake is allowed for the arrangement. For the theme C, which only needs 8 workpieces, the workpieces with the yellow mark should be placed on the positions with the odd numbers. 7. The examinee may ask the examiner for the key which chooses the EXT option for the program testing. The examinee should follow the safety regulations, otherwise any violation against the safety laws will be evaluated as a major mistake. 8. When the above items are completed, the examinee may ask the examiner for the grading. 5. Operational evaluation. 1. The examinee should point at the controller valve of the air supply, and say, "The controller valve is normal and the air pressure lies in the working range." 2. The examinee moves the control box outside the alarm area, sets up the red ribbon posts, hook up the alarm plate on the red ribbon, takes TP and occupies an appropriated position outside the alarm area. When the operational speed is set as 10%, the examinee chooses the EXT option for the test. 3. The examinee pushes the button of RSR1 to trigger the robot operations according the program codes, GL on. While the robot continues to operate in the test, The examiner will give the stop instruction for the examinee, who should pause the robot operation with the application of TP. The operation of the robot pauses, GL on and YL on. When the examiner asks for continuing the robot operations, the examinee pushes the ST button. The robot continues the operation, GL on. 4. When the operational test is finished, the examinee returns the robot for the home position, pushes down the emergency button of TP, RL on, removes the alarm plate off the red ribbon, restores the red ribbon posts, hangs up the TP and returns the controller box on the robot table. 5. The examinee reads the start and end times logged in the TP and reports to the examiner for the recording on the evaluation table. 6. Read switch grading by the examiners. The program is executed with the option T1. In the initialization process, the examiner asks the examinee to pause the operation. The air supply is cut off. The examinee restores the operation and the examiner checks whether the program deals with the alarm signal for the abnormal operation of the pneumatic gripper. 7. With the robot keeps in the static state, the examiner checks the electric wiring, air piping and the setting of the tool coordinates. The examinee should illustrate the application of the tool coordinates in the program for the examiner. 8. The examinee duplicates the program and saves in the thumb disk, cleans the robot table and returns the thumb disk. The examinee will learn the test score and should sign her/his name on the evaluation table. The test is then finished, and the examinee will be asked to leave the test site. 9. Last reminder, the submitted program must be named R+ test ID. Good luck with the test!